looking at the private wealth industry, and if we look at it in South Africa, I would say from a South African point of view, the actual industry of private wealth and wealth management is 10 to 15 years old in its true sense, and that's from the bank's perspective, where the banks have actually gone and differentiated themselves and looked at their client base and looked at the offerings that they're giving to their client base and said, wealth management, there's a true need here, and it's private banking, but bringing wealth management into private banking. But as an industry internationally, it's an industry that goes back some time and originated largely in Europe from the private banks and the wealth managers in Europe. But interestingly, in South Africa, and our heritage goes back to 1834, where the world's first trust company was established here in Cape Town, well, in South Africa, in Cape Town. And that is where our heritage goes back to. It's through our board of executives and BOE private clients. So there's certainly a lot of history in it. There's in the industry, but I think as we move forward now, the banks are understanding that there's a very real need from the real high net worth clients, the top end of the client base, and are organizing themselves accordingly. So Nedbank has recently, and as recently as last week, launched Nedbank Private Wealth. And that's really, from our perspective, looking at how do we approach the high net worth market. And in the past, we've delivered to the high net worth market through a number of different brands and entities. So we had BOE private clients in the South African environment. We have Fairburn Private Bank in the offshore environment. And then we have Nedbank itself as well, with a large client base and a number of high net worth clients, either based in business banking or in Nedbank corporate. So what we've done is we've brought together the heritage and trust of BOE private clients together with the international expertise and experience of Fairburn Private Bank. And we brought those two together under Nedbank, calling this and positioning this as Nedbank Private Wealth. And why we see such a benefit for the client by doing this is Nedbank's reach, so we're getting access to the clients in corporate and business banking, but also Nedbank's focus and spend on innovation and technology. And we're really looking at that as the opportunity to bring that and add that to the expertise and heritage and trust that we've created through these businesses.